Welcome back, everyone. It is Douglas James. So in this video, I'm going to go super deep on the champion's mindset. How do we establish this? How do we recognize our human hardwiring behavior, identify it, and modify it to make better decisions up here so that we can show up better in our family, our business, and in our life? All right. So make sure you like the video and subscribe for regular videos. I make content all the time on business, financial literacy, and leadership. All right. So this video that I'm going to be showing you is actually an excerpt from one of my coaching calls that I did with my community. We went super deep, and a lot of value was retained out of this call, and I'm excited to share with you. So stick with me, stay tuned, make sure you take some notes. This is going to be a good one, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Thanks. What I want to talk about today, we're just addressing that out in the gate. I want to kind of have a conversation with you guys about the human mind, how it's hardwired, and what's the difference between us as human beings and people like you see, like Tiger Woods or John Elway or Tom Brady. What do they possess? They possess something called the champion's mindset. And you don't have to be an athlete being paid millions of dollars a year to have a champion mindset. We all have the ability to think and do like a champion, right? So I'm going to share some words of wisdom that I think will be very beneficial for you guys that I learned from one of my mentors, where he talked about the champion's mindset and how to actually tap into that so that you have true success in all that you do. If it's your family, if it's your business, whatever it is you're trying to do, you're able to show up 100% of the time and have 100% of the outcome. I'll kick this off by saying, most people would rather live with the certainty of misery than the misery of uncertainty. Have you ever heard this before? Most people would rather live, let me say it again, most people will rather live with the certainty of misery instead of the misery of uncertainty, right? You guys being here on this call, I would like to think and applaud you for being here, but I would like to think you're the type of person that would like to walk on the path of the misery of uncertainty. Why? Because you're taking a chance. You're going outside your comfort zone. You're doing something that 99% of the world don't do. They don't tread in the waters of entrepreneurship, being a business owner, thinking differently, reading books, taking courses, not following the traditional education system, right? They think a lot differently. You guys are in a different boat, in a different position. So you have to own that, and you have to get comfortable with the misery of uncertainty, because nothing is certain, nothing is guaranteed in life. And the quicker that you can realize this and own it and take responsibility of your actions, of your outcomes, the quicker you can have success. Most people stay stuck in a job they hate, a 9-to-5 job, earning the same old paycheck, seeing the same old people doing the same old thing that they don't really care to be doing, but they do it because they got to pay their bills. But there's a better way. So they'll rather live in that certainty of misery every single day, not being fulfilled, not being happy, than taking a chance on something different and being okay with the misery of uncertainty. Depending on where you guys are in your journey, we're all on different levels, right? But I know for me, when I first started my entrepreneurship, became a business owner, I started to create space between me and my friends that I don't really associate with anymore, and some members of my family. I started to create this space. And really what it comes down to is there's two tyrants of leadership, okay? Most people really try to fill space between them. Whenever you're doing something different and you're trying to go on this journey to do something different, to better yourself, to better your family, better your business, you start to create that space. And when people start to see you elevating yourself and creating that space, they try to drag you down, right? What do? They often scrutinize you and say, hey, what are you doing? That's a scam. Or they would say something completely off the wall. And that space that you're creating between them, you eventually start to leave them, and they're trying to fill it up. But if you listen to people like that are trying to scrutinize you and take you down, they're just going to be able to take you down with them, and you'll never get to where you're trying to go, right? So be comfortable with that space and set expectations, right? For yourself, for your friends, for your family. If you're starting to create that space, just know that that is completely normal. It's completely okay in this process, right? So setting expectations with the ones that you love, the ones that you really care about. This is what I'm working on. This is where I'm trying to go. I need you to be okay with this. And if you're not okay with it, that's fine. But could come a day where we aren't as close as we are anymore. Now, some of the shortcuts to champions. The champion's mind, they make good decisions, not popular decisions, all right? Have you guys ever decided to do something? It could have been starting this business, being a marketing agency owner, and someone in your life, a friend or a family member that was might have said, hey, that's dumb, right? Hopefully that hadn't happened to you, but I know that has happened to some people. It happened to me when I first started. I had many people tell me that I was dumb and stupid and I was never going to make it, right? The champion's mind makes good decisions, not popular ones. You don't have to have a popular decision in all that you do. You just have to make good decisions for yourself, all right? The second thing, all right, these are some shortcuts. They control their day, okay? If you can't control your day, guys, you're not believable. You are not credible. If you cannot control your day, when you look at your day from 12 a.m. to 11:59 p.m., for those 24 hours, if you're able to look at that day and go to sleep at night and feel good about your day, great. If you don't and you can't sleep and you're like, man, if only I could have done this, or only if this would have happened, if only I would have made this extra call, or whatever it is, you're not in control and you're not believable. If you're getting to the point at the end of the day and you don't feel good about your day, then something has to change. Right? So setting up your day for success, being organized, strategic with your time. I understand some of us have full-time careers. We're full-time parents. Okay? But you have to look at your day and block out time to do what you need to do for success. Right? I say this often, like my wife Sonia, I intentionally put time on my calendar to be with her. I put time on my calendar for my daughter to be with her. If I'm going to put some client or customer on my calendar for money, why would I not put my family on my calendar? They should have priority first. Does that make sense? So that's just one example on a way that you can assure that you're setting up your time. If you're doing prospecting or if you're doing calls or whatever you're doing, block out time in your calendar, even if it's not the most popular schedule, right? When I first started, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. or 11 p.m., I was working on my business. On the weekends, all weekend working on my business. I was not out drinking. I was not out doing things that wasn't growing my business or growing my mind, right? So maybe your schedule, if you're just starting out, isn't the most popular schedule or comfortable schedule, but at least you have control of your day and you're much more credible and you're much more believable, all right? So if you want it, you have to control your day. And you have to know how to win. This is the third one. You have to know how to win, but knowing how to win is a learned skill. You guys just can't come out the gate and start hitting home runs, right? One statistic, one athlete I think about is Babe Ruth, right? We all know Babe Ruth for having the most home runs in the history of Major League Baseball, but nobody says that he's got the most strikeouts in Major League Baseball. He's going down as a legend for the most home runs, but he also has the most strikeouts, right? He didn't become great. He didn't become number one by not swinging that bat. He became number one by swinging that bat. He learned, right? If you guys aren't swinging your bat, if you're not out there learning the process, doing the process, you will not know how to win. And that's a fact. Champions know how to win. The fourth thing, champions peek around the corner constantly, all right? They remain vigilant. They almost have a sense of clairvoyancy, all right? They're always constantly looking at what's coming next. They're looking at what's in front of them and looking at what's coming next. They're peeking around the corner. You have to be able to foreshadow, peek around the corner, have that sense of clairvoyance to know what happens next. And you can only do that if you're doing the process, if you're keeping your head up and on a swivel and fully investing your time and energy into the process. You have to have that level of awareness to peek around those corners. Don't just go through life with tunnel vision and think that this is the only path, because you lose sight of you're putting your blinders on and you're limiting your sight. You have to be able to see everything going around you, in front of you, and around the corners. All right, so remain vigilant. And then the last one here is zone pacing. Okay, they stay on the edge. If you want to be a champion, you have to stay on that edge of uncomfortableness. There is no being comfortable in the champion mindset. They are constantly living right on the edge where they're feeling it. It's hot. It's not comfortable. They feel the pressure. But only in those moments when you're living on that edge is when you learn and you exceed and excel greater than anyone else in your circle around you. So constantly challenging yourself and pushing that bar is going to get you further ahead. Not by doing what's comfortable, not by doing what the status quo is, not doing what you've been doing for sure, right? If there's something you want, you have to do something you've never done before, right? That's just basic. So those are the 5 shortcuts to being a champion, all right? The champion's mind, they make good decisions, not popular ones. They control their day. They know how to win. They peek around corners, and they zone pace. They stay on the edge all the time. Now let me break down the human mind, okay, versus the champion mind, guys. So you guys understand that your mindset, the way you think in certain situations, psychology is a real thing. Like, understanding human psychology is an actual thing. There's been many doctors, there's many books, there's plenty of research and studies around human psychology. You know, if I punch you in the arm, right? I'm not saying I'm gonna punch you in the arm, but if I walk up to you and hit you in the arm, you're gonna have a reaction. You might go ouch and you'll back away from me. And that's an expected reaction, right? That you might want to run, right? Also, you might be an individual where that's survival, okay? Some individuals want to punch back right away, like initially, right? So we're all hardwired to think and do a certain way. Now I say hardwired because this is out of your control. It is out of your control to think in these manners, to think in survival, right? Most of us want to just be all about us. Like, I don't care about what he's doing over there. I just care about me, my money, my business, my family. Like, I don't care anybody else. We're very selfish. Human beings are very selfish. This is normal. This is in our genes. We are hardwired to be in survival mode. That's why, for example, what happened when, I'll say the flu, I don't want to say the C word because if we use this later on something, I don't want to get shut down because, you know, social media is crazy. But when that happened last March, what happened? Everyone freaked out. Okay, the stock markets crashed. Everyone went into survival mode. They pulled all their money out the stock market, out the crypto market. Okay, Bitcoin went from, you know, I don't even know what it was at the time. I think it was at maybe 20,000, crashed to 3,000. You had long lines at Costco and Walmart for what? Toilet paper. People were in extreme survival mode. And we're hardwired to think and feel and do just like this. But the thing about these belief systems about survival, they do get first dibs and they repeat history over and over and over again, right? So understanding that this mindset of belief, of thinking, of just going about your day without a champion's mindset, you are going to be basically held at the hands of your own being, right? Whereas if you were to shift your mindset into this champion mindset that I'm telling you guys, you'll find yourself becoming something more, something bigger, and having opportunities that most people don't get to have. With the champion's mindset, you're constantly at war with yourself, with your own belief systems, with your own mind, right? It's going to be an extremely difficult task because you're going against your hard wiring, right? A lot of things that happen if you just go about your life and allow your mind to run how it's hardwired, a lot of things will happen, like you'll age faster, you'll deplete your energy faster. You'll have a lot of tension, mind racing. You'll have so many things that's just going to tear you down. But if you were to let go of that and think on another level and tap into the champion mindset, you guys would have a lot more opportunities, right? And champion mindset is different. It's not hardwired. It's applied wisdom. Okay, that's the big difference. And what's great about applied wisdom, it always gets the final say. Okay? Hardwiring gets first dibs because you're automatically wanting to think a certain way. That's your human emotional reaction, survival. But when you have applied wisdom, that always has the final say. Yes, it's okay to have those frightening, fearful feelings at first, right? Fear is a big one. But what you do beyond that point is going to determine whether you're a true winner or not. So if you can apply wisdom, wisdom equals excellence, right? In everything that you do. And it makes history, it has the final say. And what's really cool about this, when we're talking about the champion's mindset, I listed off some symptoms of human hardwiring, right? Getting depleted, your energy, you have a racing mind, hyper focus, you feel distant, it really tears you down, you have tension, it's pro-aging, right? But when you think abundantly and you have applied wisdom, you have relaxation, anti-aging, restoration, all right? You have an energy gain, all right? You have more composure, you have full awareness, and you're building up yourself, you're growing. So if you're able to apply that champion mindset, you'll be a repeat winner. And this is the difference. This is the difference right here from all of the symptoms and everything that I talked about, from how your mind is hardwired to the champion mindset. The difference between the two produces a different outcome. If you operate with a champion mindset, you will be a repeat winner. You will continue to win over and over again. Same way that Tom Brady has won 7 Super Bowls. He wins over and over and over again. But if you continue to operate with just the regular survival mode, hardwiring human mindset that we all have, you'll be mediocre at best. You might be a one-hit wonder, but you'll be mediocre at best. And I know that we are all here because we want fulfillment. We all want purpose. We all want a reason to be here. Like, why are we here? What is the reasoning we're here? What is the reason we were born to be on this planet? To provide, to make an impact, to have purpose. And all those things put us in the category of being happy, right? We all want that. So I know that if you guys applied that and you thought outside the box, you'll think more abundantly, you'll have more abundance, and you'll separate yourself from the pack. But the key, guys, the key is that applied wisdom. It's so important. You know, every situation that I'm in, every time there's a comment or a message or an email or a phone call or whatever, I have to stop myself from being myself and apply wisdom. Because if I don't, I will say something wrong or stupid or react in a way that's only going to get me in trouble or upset the other person, right? That's just me. And it's taken a long time to think like that. Hey, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you got any value at all, please give this video a thumbs up and make sure you do subscribe. We're coming out with regular videos, like I said in the beginning, videos like this, or on business, financial literacy, and leadership. I want to help you get closer to what you want, to what matters to you. All right. And it all starts with really realizing our behavior, identifying it, and modifying it to make better decisions going forward for our family, for our business, and for our life in general. Okay. So thank you so much for checking out the video. Like the video, subscribe for regular videos, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.